Hey, and welcome to Itv-Asia. I'm Weina. You're watching the program of China Median Stars. When you think about median stars, the first thing come to your mind may be the celebrities. The public tend to overlook the people who put those together. What I think are the true stars. They're the people who work behind the scene. And I have Zhang with me today. Sarah is the producer and the director of House Film. Welcome to the show, Sarah.
Thank you, Weina.
So why don't we start with a bit introduction about yourself? Well, from what I know, you were born in Sichuan, where the lovely pandas are from. Then you moved to Beijing to master your English in Beijing Foreign Language University.
Foreign Studies University.
Right, yeah. And then later on you moved to the USA and stayed in a few places. What happened in USA?
Okay, my first step in USA is Nebraska because I went to a school to study education. And after that, I went to Los Angeles. I worked there. I actually studied accounting in Los Angeles. So I studied accounting in Los Angeles, and then I stayed there for 2 years, and then I moved to New York. In New York, I also did a little bit of accounting and different jobs, and then I actually started doing some modeling and acting. So in New York, I had a very diverse, interesting experience in the USA. You know, starting from a poor student, because when I went to USA, that was a long time ago, and we all had to support ourselves and study and then working in this summer, or just work and make some money and study at the same time. So it was extremely difficult. I bet most of the Chinese students had a similar experience as me. And I did many jobs actually. Since we're talking about this topic, I did like ayi, I cleaned a Jewish old lady's house. I did laundry, and I also did like assembling computer, and I also worked the food service on campus, and I did dishwashing in the campus. So I did many different types of jobs, but I think all those experiences are really amazing, actually very useful or important to me today, because strengths, I learn a lot about people, about just life in general, how to deal with difficulties, how to deal with different culture, different people. So that was extremely important. When I think back now, so it was difficult at that time, but extremely important to my life now.
So from accounting to modeling, and then move to behind camera, behind the scene. That's a big career change. How did you get into films?
All right. I have a couple of friends while I was in New York, so they were saying, actually, my friend took some photos of me, and then, some friends said, oh, maybe you can try modeling, blah, blah, blah. So I was very curious, so I got into the modeling thing and later acting. And that's how I met Rick, who's my husband and also the president of House Films. At that time, Rick is running House Films, a production company in New York. They do a lot of TV commercials, and he was casting a host for a music show called Cultural Vision. And I went to the casting session, and then actually I got the job. And then later I started working with House Films for other projects, and I started to feel that it's much more interesting and more satisfying to stay behind, to get involved in the production side. It's very challenging, but it's very interesting. And so we started working together, and we started to shift to Asian market in USA. So we did some TV commercial projects for Asian market in New York and Los Angeles. We worked with a lot of advertising agencies there, And so I'm in charge of like casting, find the Asian talent, and also production and creative, and we had a lot of fun.
That kind of leads me to the next question I was going to ask. I've heard you have a show in the USA called Quest USA, which is actually the first Chinese reality show in the USA, isn't it? Can you tell us a bit more about that, about the show?
Okay, so the idea started when Rick and I were thinking, in USA there is no TV show or program made or produced for Chinese people in USA. So we thought, this could be an idea, for the Asian or Chinese people or viewers there. And also, reality show is a popular format, and it's a good format because it's very creative. And as producers, we have a lot of freedom to do this show. So we started. This is how we started, and we talked to sponsors, talked to TV stations, and everybody liked the idea. And we just went ahead, and we had 4 Asian or Chinese teams, and 4 teams drive car from Boston to New York within a week.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it's like a road trip.
Yeah.
We also had David Wu that way as the host, and it was so much fun, and it did very well in the USA and very popular among the Asian market there. Yeah.
So you got lots of positive, responses.
Yeah. And actually, what's so interesting is that a lot of viewers or fans are like Caucasian or black. It's like different cultures and also age group. We have like 13 years old girl. She's like crazy about Quest USA. We also got like 60 years old grandmother. It's 2 hour surprise. It's like so it's great.
Maybe that's the interesting bit about the show. People from different walk of life and get together. You see how they react.
Yeah, I guess you drive a car, you go to travel to places, you had different experience, and also you are a team, you work together, you have problems, you solve the problems. It's interesting.
So the show is a great success, and then later on I've heard you brought the show actually back to China. You had a show called Quest to China, wasn't it? Yeah. So when you moved your company and then brought the show to China, do you actually use the same business model, or do you have to tailor-make your company to fit the market better?
Okay, so we moved back to China in 2005, and naturally we were thinking about to do the second season of Quest in China. We call it Quest China 大挑战. In China, we definitely have to cater to Chinese culture or Chinese audience. Reality show in the USA is very it's very extreme. It's very extreme. People are fighting, shouting, crying, cursing, conflicts, and certain model works in China, but certain models doesn't work. And also, while you are doing shows, you are in media business, you have to abide by Chinese law regulations. That's very important. And like certain things you can say, and certain topic, it's not, you shouldn't touch. So we totally understand that and respect that. And in China, it's about 3 teams, and mixed with foreigners. We have people from China, from UK, from USA. And here we don't drive, but we travel by airplane. We take bus and also travel to a few places in China. We mix them together, 3 people in a team, and it's about teamwork. It's about experiencing new places, a new culture, and also challenging yourself. Because when you go to new places, unknown, strange places, we all have fear. When we deal with strangers, we all have fear. And you know, you have to learn how to work with other people, you know, and not just always yourself, and also about open up to see the world and to learn from each other, to learn from other places. So all these positive things we were trying to put into the show, but also we never forget, show has to be entertaining, because if you are dry and boring and preaching, nobody wants to watch it. So we try to strike the balance between entertaining and also educational. So both seasons, Quiz USA, Quiz China, are very popular, very fun and funny. And we got we enroll this pop culture, hipness, fashion, music, and so all these elements it's very popular among young people. Actually, some of the middle-aged people too. Right, white-collar people.
Actually, I watched Quest China, so actually I really like it. You know, when how it shows how people faced when you go to a new environment, like you said. How do you face a failure? And I remember one of the scenes, the girl cried. Actually,
Zhang.
My birthday, Zhang.
And
she lost it, and she cried, and you know, it's just so real. It's real life, and then that's probably one thing I really like about it.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad you got it. Yeah, you're so right, because she was so confident. Her major is like film, video production. She's sure she's going to win the challenge, but in the end, she lost. So she learned a big lesson. You know,
when you face failure, how do you react about it? And, you know, it's interesting to see that, to see real life and how
I know that's why audience like it. Because it's all real. It's real emotion. It's real experience, and
it's very inspiring for me.
Thank you. It's good.
So, do you have any new plans this year? Any new shows coming up this year?
Right now we're working on another reality show called The Gym, 健乐男女. And it's a fitness and lifestyle reality show. It's about 6 people, and they all get together and they're working at the gym. And at the end of the 3 months, we'll see which person and made the biggest progress, comparing to themselves. Everybody is challenging yourself. Everybody is competing against yourself. And the show is not just about working out fitness, but it's also about lifestyle, about good living, about again, you know, self-challenging, and you try to you know, live a good life and change yourself and make yourself better physically, emotionally, and spiritually, so you can feel good about yourself, you feel confident, you feel good about life, you know, this kind of message.
Physical change also change you from other part of your life. That's awesome.
Right. Because if you feel good about your body and you feel good about yourself, and you will be confident, you'll be happy, you have a positive attitude towards your work and your life.
So when the show will be on,
we're shooting actually in a week.
All right.
This is a new media show, and it will be online on Youku first, and then later we'll get into other new media platform like cell phone, outdoor media, and later traditional media, TV. So it's very exciting for us because we have some exciting ideas. Again, we're going to make it very entertaining and also very happy. And we cast 6 wonderful contestants, and we'll give them good gym workout wardrobe. And also, we're working with a band, a single band, for the whole shows. They are going to provide the soundtrack for the whole show, and the band is called 旅行团. It's under the big label in China, music label, Modern Sky, Modern 天空. So all these elements are very exciting, and we're working So can't wait to get started.
Yeah, I guess the audience are looking forward to the show as well.
Yeah.
I hope it will be a good success.
Thank you.
So now the audience get to know you a little bit more and also know what house films are doing. So I guess we all expecting to see the new show this year.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to the show, Sarah.
Thanks, thank you, Wena.
So you're watching China Media Stars. I'm Wena. Hope to see you soon.